Hey VP, I hear you. And honestly, that feeling you're describing, I think a lot of HR pros are carrying it right now. It is completely disheartening. The Society for Human Resources Management has been the home base for so many of us for so long that when something like this happens, it shakes your trust and leaves you wondering, well, if not them, then who? Right? And that's exactly where so many HR leaders are stuck, I think, trapped between a credential they worked hard for and an organization that no longer feels aligned with the profession we're actually practicing today. So that's why I'm building the HR Council, and frankly, why I'm launching the PACE program, the credentialing arm of the HR Council, not to burn down the old system, but to build something better that aligns next to it. Because your SHRM certification isn't invalid. It isn't wasted. And nobody is asking you to throw it away or throw away the work that you put into it. But the profession has certainly outgrown the frameworks we've been handed. We need standards that reflect the real modern HR landscape, strategy and culture building and conflict navigation, organizational behavior, leadership science, trauma-informed practices with analytics and compliance and actual people stewardship. So the credentialing arm, PACE, is what I have decided to call it, was built around what HR actually is today, at least from my perspective and my experience. PACE, P for people, the psychology, behavior, and human-centered leadership side of HR. A, accountability, ethics, compliance, governance, investigations, systems, standards. C for culture, organizational development, organizational engagement, diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, change, leadership dynamics. And E, excellence, strategic execution, analytics, workforce planning, performance. What I would like to do is make every PACE certification connect back to those pillars. So PACE CP, PACE certified practitioner for HR professionals who are actively practicing the work. The validation of competency in modern HR skills, real world decision making, and ethical practice. PACE SP for senior practitioners who design strategy and build culture and advise executives and really become that architect of organizational systems. And then specialty certifications, the PACE OD, PACE ER, PACE TA in organizational development and employee relations and talent acquisitions. Deep dives for those, very specific HR pros who are actually working in those areas. The idea that we can make these stackable and practical and built so you can grow your mastery in the directions that your career takes you. And then finally, the most prestigious one of all, FPACE, the fellowship, a prestigious peer-reviewed credential for HR executives, culture architects, and thought leaders who demonstrate excellence through impact and contribution and leadership. So the goal isn't to create another gatekeeping club here with the HR Council. I just thought it was time to give people another option because clearly many of us can no longer trust the one option that we have all had for so many years. So the goal is to create a credential that aligns with the real work that we do and the values that we actually stand on, credentials that are built on transparency and modern relevance and integrity and real world practice and ethical leadership and a community that really holds itself accountable. So to your question, where do we go from here? Well, I think that we go forward. I think that we build something that honors the profession and elevates our work and gives HR a home that we can genuinely trust. And, you know, if you're feeling that tug, that we deserve better moment, reach out, because you're exactly the kind of leader that I want help shaping this new era with us. The HR Council, I think, is where we rebuild. PACE is the credentialing arm, the credentialing system that finally reflects who we are. I would argue that you're not trapped. I would argue that perhaps you're standing at the start of something new and revolutionary, setting ourselves up for the next generation of HR. Have a good night.